Thank you so much for all your votes and for getting me to the next round and the final 20. This is challenge 2. So for challenge 2, we've been asked to do a tutorial on Modern Icon versus Hollywood Glamour. To be honest, with Hollywood Glam, I think the first thing we'll all think of is like, oh, red lip Marilyn Monroe, which I love. I love a red lip and a flake. And I was like, yeah, I'll do that. And then I thought, I always do that. I always wear that. I'm gonna do something else. So then, looking at kind of Hollywood icons, spotted Sophia Loren. And I've just been to Italy working. So I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. She loves a smoky eye. I feel like she was the smoky eye connoisseur of her day. I wanted to switch up the look with a modern icon, and the smoky eye queen of today is obviously Kim Kardashian. Also another beautiful woman. I don't think the talents quite compare, but they both loved makeup, they love a good smoky eye, and they wore it beautifully. So if you want to see my Sophia Loren look with the modern Kim K twist, keep watching.
I'm starting out with Freedom Strobe Cream. I'm going to apply this all over my face to prime and hydrate my skin. As you can see, my face is lighter than my neck because my fake tan is fading, so I'm going to colour myself in. I'm using a foundation a couple of shades darker than my actual skin tone to blend me in. I've also mixed a little bit of strobe cream with my foundation to make it extra glowy. I'm then using the Freedom Eye Primer all over my lids and my lower lash line. This is going to stop your eyeshadow from creasing, going to make it fully pigmented and stay put. Then you want to make sure that product is well blended out. I'm going to be using the gorgeous Pro Artist pad in Black Arts. And I'm using this tan brownie shade right here. I'm just using a fluffy brush just to buff that all over the lid. You then want to start blending that out a little bit, but don't take it too far up. You want to keep this lower down for that Sophia Loren kind of smoke. I'm then using a completely clean fluffy brush just to really buff out those edges and make sure it's really blown out and clean. I'm then taking this deep matte brown all in the outer corner and into the lash line. This is kind of the outer V of the eye is what I tend to call it. Sophia tended to be quite modern with her eye makeup back in the day. She went from quite a deep lid and then into a really darker outer corner for a bit of definition. I'm then taking that brush with the tan colour on and I'm just really buffing out all those edges again. You want to keep making sure everything's really nicely blended. Sophia loved a sharp wing, so I am going to go from the outer corner of my eye, pulling up towards the end of my brow to give myself a really sharp line. With the black liquid liner from Freedom, I'm going to start creating that signature wing that Sophia had. Because you've already rubbed this line up to your brow, it's a great guideline for where to put your liquid liner already. You stay cool and collected around liquid liner or it will get you. Towards the end, you just want to lift the pressure of the brush. That's how you're going to get a really gradual little sharp wing. To start on the lower lash line, I'm going to take that tan brown we used from that Big Beautiful Pro palette all under the lower lash line. Now this is a tricky part. Hard to do with liquid. If you've got a gel, go for it, but I decided to do it the Sophia way. So you're going to just follow up to that wing, but she tended to leave a little gap so that it would open and elongate the eye, so it looked like your actual eyeball was extending out. And then taking a teeny amount all the way along the lash line. You're also going to take that right into the inner corner. I'm even going to create a tiny little point in the inner corner. This is quite difficult, it takes a little bit of concentration, so have a practice and don't panic. To make it a little bit more Kim K and modern, I am taking a matte black shadow from that big palette and I am just blending out that liner a little bit just so it looks a little bit more smoky and smooth. I'm going to do the same thing with the lower lash line as well, and it's just going to make that liquid liner look a bit neater, as it is really hard to get that perfect on the bottom of the eye. And then just to soften that a little, I'm taking the warm tan brown colour, just buffing that along the edge of the line as well. I'm now taking this Pro Concealing palette in medium. I'm taking that lightest yellowy tone shade all under my eyes to give myself some good coverage, and also it's a little bit lighter than my skin tone, so it's just going to brighten up under the eye as well. I'm also going to take that down on the chin, through the middle of my forehead. It's going to give me a little bit of extra coverage in those areas and brighten up the skin again. And then for a little bit of bronzing and contouring, I'm using the two darker shades from that palette, all just under the cheekbone, around my head and the hairline, etc. If you want an in-depth contour and strobing tutorial, I already have one, which I will link below as well, which you can see the full biz of what's going on. From the Pro Strobing Powder palette, I'm using those two lightest powders just to set under the eye and through the centre of the face, just so that everything stays put and I don't get really oily. I'm then taking the contour shade in the biggest pan there, just all around where I've put that cream contour as well. This is just going to deepen it up a bit, and I'm even just generally bronzing my skin a little. Sophia loved a brushed up brow, so I am spraying some hairspray onto a little spoolie just to brush up all my eyebrow hairs and make them stay put. You could also use a clear brow gel. Kim K also loves a soft fluffy brow, and so do I. With the Freedom eyebrow pomade and a tiny angled brush, I'm going to literally draw hair strokes in. So I'm starting in the middle of the brow so that not too much product gets concentrated at the front, because that's going to make your brow look really heavy. And I'm just drawing little brush strokes upwards through my natural hairs and just thickening out the brow a little, but without making it a big, strong Insta brow. If you look at pictures of Sophia Loren, she literally drew tons of tiny little hair strokes, like all the way facing upwards. Quite crazy, but I mean, she was beautiful and she pulled it off. And I wonder how long that took her. Sophia loved a long lash, same as Kim K, so just pop on a pair of your faves. Something long and fluffy should do the trick. I'm going to take these two centre colours from the Bronze and Baked Blush palette, and I'm just bronzing up my cheeks, all around my face, giving myself a bit of colour. One of the colours is kind of a little bit of a bronzy highlighter too, so it's going to make me look even more glowy. So that I'm super glowy, I'm taking this highlighter in Diffused, just all along the cheekbones, the brow bone, just giving myself that extra bit of glow. Although those looks were many years apart, Kimmy and Sophia loved a nude lip, so I'm going for a lovely peachy nude colour in Mannequin. To finish off the look, I'm going to add a little pop of colour to the cheeks. I'm just using that peachy tone from the Pink and Baked palette, just buffing a little bit through the cheeks, just for an extra peachy glow. And that's the finished look.
I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please go and vote for me. I really want to make it the next stage, which is the top 10. No, but good luck to everybody else in the competition. Everyone has done such a good job. I can't wait to see everybody's looks for this one. As soon as the voting goes live, I will post the link below. Thank you, bye.